Cultural tours. Cultural tours are the most popular tours in the world that introduce tourists to the history, art, and lifestyle of local people. During these trips, tourists walk through cities or villages to discover their monuments, museums, festivals, galleries, bazaars, and places of worship of different religions. While visiting these places, travelers will learn about the way of life of the people, including their clothing, local cuisine, traditional ceremonies, and handicrafts. You will have a great opportunity to experience the taste of various food and desserts. Learn about local handicrafts in each region, and snap photos of historical monuments with incredible architectural styles. Most of the cities in Iran, including Isfahan, Shiraz, Yazd, Tehran, Hamadan, Kermanshah, Tabriz, Kashan, Ahvaz, and Kerman, are good destinations for cultural travel and attract many tourists all year round. 1001 Night Tours organizes several interesting trips that can be customized, taking into account the wishes and preferences of the travelers. You can see some of our popular routes, then familiarize yourself with one of our respected and well-selling programs. Day 1. Welcome to Iran. You will be met on arrival at Tehran Airport and transferred to the hotel. Day 2. Tehran Shiraz. On this day, you will visit Tehran, that has been the capital of Iran since 1788. First, visit National Museum of Iran, in which a collection of ceramics, pottery, stone figures, and carvings from excavation in Persepolis is displayed. Continue to Golestan Palace, listed in UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a brilliant example of an important period in the history of Persia, where the society starts a new era of modernism. Then head for National Jewelry Museum of Iran, where you can see a collection of dazzling royal gemstones, especially Daryaya Nur, literally means the Sea of Light. This museum is also one of the 5 most valuable museums in the world, that nobody can estimate the value of its jewelry. In the afternoon, you will be transferred to the airport with a domestic flight to Shiraz. Day 3. Shiraz. Today you go sightseeing in Shiraz, the city of love and poetry. First you explore Nasirul Mulk Mosque, also known as the Rose Mosque. Afterwards you visit Naranjistan Qawam Garden, where you can also visit a pavilion in which there is a museum. Proceed your sightseeing to Hafez Tomb, where you meet the Iranians who show their respect to their great poet, who was also admired by Gera. Finally stroll in Vakil Bazar, a traditional covered bazaar located at the center of Shiraz, enjoying natural air conditioning arcades and stunning architecture. At the end, you will taste some traditional Iranian dishes in a traditional restaurant with live music. Day 4. Shiraz, Persepolis, Yazd. Depart Shiraz for Yazd, the bride of the desert. On the way, you get to visit Persepolis, the ancient capital of Persia with its wonderfully well-preserved remains, and Nakhsh Rostam, the necropolis of the first Achaemenid emperors, Darius the Great, Xerxes, Artaxerxes I, and Darius II, carved into the cliff. Day 5. Yazd. Enjoy your sightseeing in Yazd by exploring Towers of Silence, in which you get familiar with the ancient funeral ceremonies in the ancient Persia. Afterwards, head for Zoroastrian Fire Temple, where the holy fire has been preserved for more than 1,100 years. You will head to one of the oldest quarters of Yazd, where the henna grinding workshops are located, and you can be able to touch the process of making this plant of Iranian origin used as dye or tattoo. Then you get to visit Jame Mosque of Yazd, an archaeological masterpiece featuring 2 tall minarets that are observable from the outside of the city. At the end, go for a stroll in the historical district of Yazd, listed in UNESCO World Heritage Site. Day 6. Yazd, Kharanaq, Misr. In the morning, depart Yazd for Misr, including a desert and an oasis in the central desert of Iran. On the way, visit the historical part of Kharanaq village, which literally means the birthplace of the sun, and dates back to 4,500 years ago. At the end, visit Bayaze village, in which you can find ancient monuments and palm groves. Day 7. Misr. Trekking in the central desert of Iran will offer you an unforgettable adventure, safari, camel riding, walking, and watching the sunset over the sand dunes. You will spend the night in a nearby local house with a pleasant and warm atmosphere. Day 8. Mesr, Nain, Isfahan. Depart Mesr for Isfahan. On the way, make a stop and enjoy the landscape of Chupanan village, the most organized adobe village in the world, and go for strolling in the sand dunes. Afterwards, head for Anarak village, where you can admire the historical part of village and find beautiful wind catchers. At the end, visit Jame Mosque of Nain, built about 1,000 years ago with an inspiration from Prophet Mosque in Medina. Day 9. Isfahan. Today you explore Jame Mosque of Isfahan, one of the 5 oldest Friday mosques in the world and the oldest monuments in Isfahan. Then proceed to the Zayanderud River and visit Siosepol Bridge, constructed in the reign of Shah Abbas II, and Khaju Bridge, known for its unique architecture, decorations, and tiling. Then head for the Van Cathedral and its museum, constructed with an inspiration from Saint Stepanos Monastery and influenced by Iranian and Italian art. At the end, visit Grand Bazaar of Isfahan, one of the greatest and luxurious trading centers in the Safavid era. Day 10. Isfahan. Today you spend the whole day on sightseeing in Isfahan. First, visit Chel Sotun Palace, literally means 40 columns. Brilliant example of Persian garden, listed in UNESCO World Heritage. Next, head for Nakhsh Jahan Square, the second largest square in the world, and the monuments around including Imam Mosque, known for its amusing tiling, Sheikh Lotfullah Mosque, known as the Bride of Islamic Architecture and the Mosque of Women, and Ali Qapu Palace, in which important meetings of the king with ambassadors and other politicians were carried out in the Safavid era. You will have free time in the afternoon to stroll around the city. Day 11. Isfahan, Kashan, Tehran. Depart Isfahan for Tehran. On the way, visit Jame Mosque of Natanz, enjoying unique tiling and brickwork and structure of its minaret and dome. You also attend a ceramic workshop run by an artist family, where the ancient art has been executed with all its finest. Then visit the historical village of Abyane, also known as the Red Village because of its red soil and houses. At the end, visit Fin Garden in Kashan, listed in UNESCO World Heritage Site as an example of Persian garden. Day 12. Departure Tehran. You take a transfer to Imam Khomeini Airport for your flight home. Hope to see you again.